Hello, everybody, and welcome here to Lime Rock Park Circuit in Connecticut as we're getting set for the finale of the preseason races for the PCSRA Buffalo Wild Wings Series. We're getting set for 49 laps of racing. Our Truck Series race yesterday was a very good race. We did see a lot of drivers struggle with the last corner, and of course, with a bigger field, 38 drivers to be exact, we're excited to start this race. Chloe Carmichael on the pole position. She took part in yesterday's Truck Series race, which could be a big factor. Annie Winters alongside Justin Hugo and Greta Wagner in row number 2. As these drivers are rolling off on the track, let me remind you all, please do not ask me, are you in this race? Because I have blocked as we're gonna get our first restart of the day. We did not have this problem in our truck race yesterday, so first restart because someone stalled on the grid, so we're gonna have a restart. So we're gonna start that again. I have turned off live chat so nobody can start spamming, am I in this race? This is the 2023 roster, not the 2024 roster, just a FYI. So, yeah. So if you ask why the live chat is gone, that is because I don't want anybody asking, are you in this race, when this is only the 2023 roster. These cars would have a lot more horsepower than our Truck Series drivers yesterday. Hang on a second, let me look. Of course, they had their preseason race last week at Texas. That was won by Samantha Greenville, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I'm going to show you, as of now, what the schedule... Well, actually, I'll show... Actually, you're looking at next year's schedule. Still got to finish putting that schedule together, and looks like we have a car that's got a problem. That's the 16. That's going to require another restart. Boy, we did not need another restart. Already, 2 cars with problems, and we haven't even taken the green flag, which is not a big surprise. Is the 16 okay? Yes. Okay. So they gotten their problem fixed and got themselves back out onto the track. All right. 49 laps of racing. I think we're going to see a lot more carnage than what we had. Like we had in our truck race, and I'm glad we love coming here to Lime Rock. Here we go. Who will win at Lime Rock Park for the preseason finale for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series? Sit back, relax, enjoy the fun. Green flags in the air. We're racing at Lime Rock.
Yeah, which is the back to the house?
I don't know.
Oh.
Annie Winters currently in the second position here as we're going to complete the first lap. And are we still green? Yes, we are. So, like our truck race yesterday, well, as soon as I say that, the caution is out. Oh, wreck. Amanda Wallace, Kaylee Rankin, Jesse Art, second day in a row for Jesse Art. JJ Parks involved. Brian Gomez, Hattie Swartz, Zoe Perry, Max Lipson, Hattie Swore, Maria Nowicki. Caution is already out on the first lap of the race, and these drivers did take the caution. So Chloe Carmichael will lead us back to green flag. Let's first jump back, look at a replay to see what exactly happened. Jessie Art, 2 days in a row. Yesterday, she went out of the race very early in the event. Now she's out of the race in this series. See, where did this start? Let's go up to... Okay, Max Lipson. I don't know where this starts. So let's go to helicopter view. Alright, let's see if we can try to unravel this little thing. Let's go to the 86 of Swore. Oh, nope, nope. I lied. Let's go up to the 22. That's where this incident got started. Yep. Starts with the 22 of Amanda Wallace, who gets on the rumble strips. Gets loose, gets J.J. Park and Kaylee Rankin involved. I think those two came together before the 22 got collected. I think John Wesley Allen got a piece of it. Sean Art just barely got through it. There's Hattie Swore, who got a piece of this. Got Zoe Perry collected. Is that Wyatt Garcia who just got a piece of it? Yep. Couple of dodges involved in this little mess. And then J.J. Park, not paying any attention, just runs in the back of the Mobile One Dodge. And that was Brian Gomez, who's a former Buffalo Wild Wings Series champion. And I believe Max Lipson already clipped somebody. Who did he clip? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh, he hit Jessie Art. Okay. See, Jessie was trying to get her car back going, but unfortunately, she came to a halt. So that is a shame, and boy, what a way to start this one, if you ask me. As we're going to go back to live action. Let's get you the restart. I have a lot of drivers out of this one. Gonna go green flag racing this time by. Chloe Carmichael is the leader. Second is Annie Winters, Justin Hugo third, Emily Elizabeth fourth, Greta Wagner fifth, Paul Michael sixth, Carla Sinat seventh, Diana Lawson eighth, Jared Underhill ninth, and Stephanie Driscoll complete the top 10. Drivers out after that incident, 7 to be exact. J.J. Park, Kaylee Rankin, Amanda Wallace, Hattie Swore, Brian Gomez, Jessie Art, and Zoe Perry. Good news is Sean wrecked the field. The bad news is, for the second day in a row, his sister is out of the race. So that's not good for those drivers who absolutely did not need this. Sorry about my mouse, it was sticking for some reason. And we got ourselves a lap of green in, which is very nice. Annie Winters trying to take the lead from Chloe Carmichael. The next corner is a right-hander. It looks like Winters will have the preferred line as Carmichael slips. So move the Monster Energy Ford Ford Mustang, into the lead of the race. Sorry about my charger. I'm just going to set that down here. And Carmichael looks like she got the lead back. Looks like the 98 ran wide and could lose the lead. But how long will the 2 keep the lead? Because Hugo's on the inside, but the next corner is a left-hander. So it looks like Hugo will not get the preferred line. Or is he? Looks like he is, but the 2's got a good run on the outside. And Carmichael will keep the lead. Looks like Annie Winters is going to start dropping back. As I was saying, Carmichael lost the lead, and now Justin Hugo will now take the lead. I was going to say Chloe Carmichael was going to keep the lead, but she ran that next to last corner a little bit wide, so the Napa Toyota has taken the race lead. And we are still, to my happiness, Green Flag Racing. Bill San Diego's back here. She's got a little bit of damage to the left side of her Wells Fargo Dodge. Makoto Tanaka's got no hood on her Chevrolet. Of course, she was a part of that big wreck. Same with Maria Nowicki and Max Lipson. There's Luke Peters. Oh, 36 is off the course. That's Lainey Fredrickson. And has that brought out a yellow? Yes, it has. Caution is out for the second time today. We're only on lap number 8 when we take the caution, as Paul Michaels looks like he took the lead. Hopefully we don't have another incident coming back to the caution. So our caution, our second of the day, lap number 8. And let's go take a look and see what exactly happened to the 36. Looks like she is done for the day. See what happened here. Apparently the officials had to throw the yellow for something. Maybe this is what we're about to find out in just a second. It's like last week's winner, the 84, went off the course, and yep, in the 36 hit a glitch spot, and she took herself straight into the wall. So nothing that the 84 could have done, but a huge break for the 45, who absolutely needed this caution. As we're going to go back to green. Michaels, Elizabeth, Underhill, Hugo, Nelson, the top 5. Carmichael, Gonzalez, Driscoll, Greta Wagner, and Ari Springer completes the top 10. And the 36 is out of the race. Also, the 16 of Mia Watts has taken her car back behind the wall. Looks like that damage punctured a hole in the radiator and started to leak. So they end up retiring that car. So a tough break for Mia Watts. Going to complete lap number 9 of 49, which will give us a total of 40 laps of racing to go. Also want to point out as we're back to green, by the way, I'm going to point out the Monster Energy Series race that was supposed to be tomorrow has been postponed because we're going to have the Oreo Cup Series drivers in action tomorrow. And that way we can get their race weekend done and out of the way, so I don't have to mess with it. What time I will be live for the Oreo Cup Series is TBD. Because the Oreo Cup Series is a part of our race weekend from Lime Rock Park. And then, as I said, we will have Monster Energy Series racing coming your way from Lime Rock Park, which I still don't know if I'm going to do division racing or if I'm just going to do a random 42 car field. Regardless what happens on Saturday, hope you will tune in for that. And that'll have an even longer distance. Oreo Cup Series will be running a pair of 25 lap races. Here's the catch: no cautions. So that could make things a bit interesting, how the race will go. or actually, no, we will have cautions, but yeah. So that is just a slight change of the race weekend we got, but either way, hope you will tune in for that. Because I actually need to go to the bank today so I can go get this check cashed in so I don't have to mess with it. And got a car on pit road. I don't know who it is. As soon as we go by Ari Springer, we'll find out who that person is. It's one of the Red Bull drivers. Oh, it's Samantha Greenville. Last time out's winner at Texas has had a problem. Let's see what happened. That dreaded wall. And looks like Ari Springer had some damage to her car. That's why she was so far back. Greta Wagner has had a problem. We've had an incident on track, and looks like Greta Wagner involved with the tire wall. And because she was so far off the track, the officials did not throw the caution. But then somebody spun. I don't know who it was. Oh, that was John Wesley Allen. So both the Red Bull drivers involved. Now, who did he hit? Oh, Sierra Harris. Just came back on the track and right into the gate. At least he did it rear end first and not... Oh, Sean Art's crashed. He did it rear end first so he could drive the car away. But Sean Art is in trouble as he's off the course. And he just went into the wall. Yep. Hit the tire wall and has got a lot of damage to the Poppy Bank Toyota. But who did he get clipped by? He got clipped by... Oh, he got clipped by the 70. Okay. Did that bring out the yellow? No is the answer. So we've had some incidents, and surprisingly, it did not bring out the yellow. As Greta Wagner's on pit road, probably repairing the damage on her machine. But surprisingly, we've gotten a clean green flag run, despite we had some incidents that did not bring out the yellow, which is a bit surprising. But like I said, the PCSRA officials determined it was off the course, and therefore it didn't warrant a caution to come out. So that was kind of a wise move by the PCSRA officials. That is a tough break, however, for Sean. That's 2 days in a row Sean Art's been involved in an incident not of his own doing. Other than Sean ran the corner a little bit wide and just poked it into the tire wall, so there you go. So Paul Michaels continues to lead as we're still green, to my surprise, because normally that would have brought out a caution. But surprisingly, none of those. We just looked back at a replay, brought out a yellow, and yes, the 84 is officially out of the race. The 18 and the 09 are one lap down. Sean Art has continued on. He just came out of pit road. But what's the 09 of Greta Wagner? There she is. So they have just came off pit road. Not sure why the 09 came to pit road unless she was repairing damage. That would be the only explanation I could come up with. As Paul Michaels continues to lead in that Betty Crocker Cheerios Dodge out of Petty Enterprises. You know, I believe one of a few teams that has a guy and a gal as a teammate. It's going to be interesting to see how Paul Michaels and Bella San Diego is going to work together, because they've never raced together as teammates before. So that will be something interesting we'll see going into 2023, just like how Sean and Jesse, yes, they are brother and sister, but they're going to have to work together at Joe Gibbs Racing, along with the other driver. That would be the 20 of Jake Putnam. So that means we're guaranteed a new winner now that Samantha Greenville will not is out of the race. Oh, saw a car on pit road. Oh, that's Emma Tutu. And that didn't bring out a yellow either. Let's see what happened to Emma. Same thing we've seen before. Just ran a little bit wide and just hit that part of the guardrail. So that's going to end her day. And we also are being told the 20 of Jake Putnam, speaking of him, he's taken his car back behind the wall. Not sure what exactly happened. Let's document what happened to the 20 of Putnam. Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Run off the course and into the tire wall? Yep. Max Lipson just barely missed him. Oh, Bella San Diego got spun by Ari Springer. So that would explain why San Diego was so far back. And the 20 had a lot of damage, so the 20 is out of the race. So that would explain why Ari Springer is so far back and why the 20 took his car back behind the wall. And why the yellow didn't come out, as we're going to have lap traffic come into play. Sean Art is about to go a lap down with all the damage he's got on his Poppy Bank Toyota Supra. I'm used to saying Camry. I'm going to have to start getting used to saying Supra. Sean is trying to stay on the lead lap, but he's got a lot of damage to his car as Emma Tutu's still on pit road, and Sean not making the life too difficult for the 43 team. Of course, Emma Tutu will be out of the race. Yep, she's already taken her car behind the wall, so most of those drivers who are now out of the race due to damage, they are now going to be... they're going to climb out of the car and get on a golf cart and be taken to the infield care center. That is one of the new protocols we're doing for PCSRA, is that if anytime you're involved in an incident, you must take the ride to the care center, regardless if you're okay or not. And so far, the 96, the 20, the 84 have already done so. All those drivers involved in that first caution have been released from the care center. Mia Watts has already gone to the care center. She's been checked and released. Getting closer and closer to the midway point of this race.
Oh, man. California has unlocked blood.
Okay, then. Right. Oh, 24 is now in second. That's Scarlett Nelson. She just got around Jared Underhill for the second position. And I saw a car on pit road. I don't know who it was. Oh, it's Max Lipson. He's on pit road for something. Let's see what happened to Maxie Lipson. And, oh, we've seen this several times. Oh, he hit the tire wall. That would be why. Like I said, because he was out of harm's way, the officials did not throw the caution for that. So Max Lipson's day is finally going to come to an end. Boy, he's had a rough day so far. Tough break for Max. Of course, he has had experience on this track before. I know. So tough break for Max Lipson. His sister Emmy, I I bet you've been taking a lot of notes here this weekend. And you will see Emmy Lipson and the other either 41 other drivers or some other drivers next week at, or here in 2 days' time. Hola, Senor Sean. Getting closer to being at the halfway point of this race. This time in the truck race, we were like under caution left and right. I think we had a total of 5 or so cautions or something like that in our truck race. We've only had one so far here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race, which is a little surprising, to be honest with you. Especially, this is the newest mod for the Buffalo Wild Wings, which is the NASCAR Xfinity Series 20 mod, which is the mod that's currently being used by the Xfinity Series in real life, and still is to this day. Well, the good news is for you, Sean, you have wrecked the field. The bad news is your sister is out of the race, as we have 23 drivers on the lead lap. 25 are still in this race. Sean, you are the last driver that's still running, despite you having damage. And then currently out of the race are Max Lipson, Emma Tutu, excuse me, Jake Putnam, Samantha Greenville, Lainey Fredrickson, Neil Watts, J.J. Park, Kayla Rankin, Amanda Wallace, Hattie Swore, Brian Gomez. Jesse will finish 37. So Jesse Art not having a great weekend, and Zoe Perry was gone behind the wall. So yes, Sean has wrecked the field, and he's happy because he's gotten carnage, even though he did get involved by, well, going off the course. Just past the halfway mark here in this race. Lap 26 of 49. And despite all that damage, Sean is 2 laps down, but still continuing on. Although he has some damage to the front end of his Toyota. You're just happy to have carnage, senor. Jared Underhill is now in second. Lulu Champagne just got around Scarlett Nelson for third. We're going to try to give you the full field rundown. Nelson back to fourth. There's Sean Art, currently 25th, but he is soldiering on, so that's good for senor. Fifth is Stephanie Driscoll. Looks like the 66 of Emily Elizabeth will take 6th. Move Victor Gonzalez back to 7th. Monica Townsend 8th. Chloe Carmichael in 9th. And Luke Peters complete your top 10. That is your top 10 running order right now. Darby King is 11th. 55. That is Justin Hugo in 12th. I'm trying to get used to some of these names here. Wyatt Garcia 13th, Annie Winters 14th, Carla Sinat 15th, Diana Lawson 16th, 17th is Sierra Harris, Ivory Walker 18th, Ari Springer 19th, and Maria Nowicki rounds out the top 20. Then it's Bella San Diego, John Wesley Allen, Makoto Tanaka, the last car on the lead lap, Greta Wagner, and Sean Art, who are off the lead lap but still rolling, and everybody else, as I just documented, are out of the race. So Sean Art, who crashed out of the truck race, is doing somewhat better. Well, the good news is he is continuing on, unlike the truck race he had yesterday, where he was involved in an incident through no fault of his own. But 2 days in a row, Sean has had some bad luck. We are at 20, we'll be coming to the line 21 to go. 21. This is lap 28 we're about to complete, working lap 29. So next time by, we'll be at 20 laps to go. You're thinking 49 laps, that's a very long race, right? This is a 1.53 mile road course, so these laps are going to click away real quickly. Because next time by will be 20 laps of racing to go. So this is not going to be a very long race, folks. And of course, Sean Art and Jesse will, well, hopefully Jesse Art will have a little bit of better results tomorrow as we bring in the Oreo Cup Series race, which would explain why the Monster Energy Series race was postponed to Saturday, because the Oreo Cup Series teams have arrived. And if your drivers like Tatiana Guerra, Maximilian Chilton, who have been watching these two races here this weekend, oh no, so we have 20 laps to go. If you're those drivers that are racing, also Henrietta Fitzwater and also Annie Thomas, of course Annie Thomas has been taking notes because she was on the pit box watching Ashley Horton win the truck race yesterday. Now she's watching in the stands how this race is going for Buffalo Wild Wings Series. And if anybody needs a good result, it would definitely be Paul Michaels. A number of drivers who didn't do well at Texas are having themselves a good day. And Monica Towns, I have a feeling Monica Towns is going to be a favorite because she's currently in the top 10. She's having another great run. I don't know what is it with Zachary Taylor. I don't know what he told I don't know what Zachary Taylor told Monica Towns before preseason, but something lit a fire in Monica Towns, and she's having herself another good run. We didn't expect that from Indiana Motorsports so far. And Monica Towns is trying to be a name of, could she be the favorite to go win this championship? As Paul Michaels still leads. Surprisingly, we've only had one caution. We've had a long green flag run since. This is a nice change of pace. So if you're the drivers in the Oreo Cup Series who've watched the last two races here, today's race and yesterday's truck race, what kind of notes are you going to have going into your race tomorrow? And here's the catch. These two races here this weekend, they're just preseason races. Oreo Cup tomorrow, however, is the first points paying, is the only race weekend that will have points on the line. That could shake things up a bit interesting. And one thing I should mention, that if any of these drivers, like Ashley Horton, who won the truck race yesterday, loses their charter, they will be exempt from possibly losing their charter, regardless what happens in the upcoming season. Of course, the next time we'll see the Buffalo Wild Wings Series will be in 3 weeks' time. Hi, Mrs. Dina. We're doing good. Mrs. Dina's coming over to say hi to us. We haven't talked to her in a while. As hi to people watching. I know Sean is one of them. I don't know who the other one is, unless it's Huggable or me. Of course, Nathan Orman in the 2023 season only has one driver in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and that would be Scarlett Nelson, who just lost third to Jared Underhill. Paul Michaels, who lost the championship to Wayne Lopez in the AutoZone Amateur Series. Not sure what Wayne Lopez is doing this year or in 2024. There's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be eager for his services. The former AutoZone Amateur Series champ from 2017. Not sure what he's doing this season or next season. Yeah, definitely. And I also forgot to mention to you guys, there's not going to be any pit stops needed because if you noticed, the fuel window for this track, as I'll go ahead and show you guys. Well, Justin Hugo's out of the race. We'll document that in just a second. 65 laps these drivers can go on a fuel run. But since this is 49 laps, these drivers will not have to worry about pitting. So they can make it 49 laps on a fuel run. Now, what happened to you? Oh, my word, Justin Hugo. You have a lot of damage. Now, what happened to you, my friend? That Napa Toyota just got crunched. And we're going to find out what happened to you, my friend. Let's see what happens. Oh, that would be why. He was running in 11th, and he goes wide, and up, here comes the invisible wall right here, and thoink. And how that was not a caution, I will never know. So Sean's like, yay, Carnage, my favorite. Wow, they're pitting? Paul Michaels just pitted. That's, interesting. Unless they're worried about tires going away, because if that's the case, then it would make sense. I see the 42 that is scored as the leader, but did she come to... Okay, there she is. I was about to get ready to say, did she come to pit road or not? I don't know why Michaels came to pit road. I mean, these drivers can make it on fuel. I'm just wondering if these drivers are not going to make it as far as tires are concerned. That would be my only thing I could come up with. But either way, Lulu Champagne, who lost her spot in the Monster Energy Series, is down here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, teaming up with Zoe Perry and Ari Springer. And Lulu Champagne, I believe, will be running for the Rookie of the Year honors here in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. You love touching cars, Sean. Carnage is my favorite. Thank you, Danny, for coming to Lime Rock so I can wreck the field. It's like, you're welcome, Sean. At least Sean Art will not have a wild ride like he had yesterday in the truck series, so. Which, thankfully, Sean was okay. Thankfully. But, yeah, at least this time I can say at least Sean Art has kept it on the ground this time around.
A box?
And the caution is out for the second time today with 10 laps of racing to go. So that long green flag run has now been interrupted by a yellow. Oh, it's Monica Towns. She must be the reason for this yellow. Aw, Monica was having such a great run. See what happened to Monica here. Was in the top 10 at the time of the crash. Sean, Carnage, my favorite. Yes. It is your favorite. And looks like oh my goodness. I talked about this in the truck race yesterday with this hill, as I'm going to pause the race so I don't miss the leaders have taken the caution. Oh, Carlos Sinat, we're being told, was also collected in this. Look at that. That's all four wheels off the ground, folks. Thankfully, the 13 landed on all four wheels. Oh, she came back on the track and... Oh, that's where the 32 clipped her. Yep. That's going to end the day for both Carlos and Monica Towns. Monica Towns had a great run at Texas last time out, but not going to be a good result today, sadly. And she and Carlos is out of the race. I will be right back. disregard that. I am back. You have not missed anything but me getting ready to put the,
Leave that, Daniel.
Alright.
I'm gonna save some stuff.
Alright. You haven't missed much other than you saw the incident. As like I said, we have hit 10 laps of racing to go, and they're pitting. Uh-huh. I was wondering when tires were going to start coming into play, and looks like the 43 won the battle off pit road, or either stayed out. Sean's going to end up in 23rd at the rate it's going, unless he gets more attrition. Which is still a good day for Sean, despite where he's been. And out of the race, as I said, the 32 and the 13 join all of these drivers who are out of the race. Actually, Sean, you got a lot of carnage, because 23rd all the way down to 38, you've taken out 15 cars. You took out 15 cars. You took out nearly half this field. I'm a little curious how many cars Sean's going to take out tomorrow in the Oreo Cup race. And then 2 days later, I wonder how many cars he's going to take out in the Monster Energy Series, when there's going to be over 120-something drivers in that race. Which both of those races will be 20 laps each. The Monster Energy Series distance. I don't know about the Buffalo Wild Wings, or not Buffalo Wild Wings, excuse me, the Oreo Cup Series distance. This is the Buffalo Wild Wings Boils. And I know Sean's favorite method is time for me to wreck the field. Lulu Champagne is on fresher tires than the 43. 43, I think, stayed out. And now it's a Dodge 1-2 with the Ford Mustang of Jared Underhill in third. Good run for Jared. Had a good run last time out at Texas, having a good run here today. We'll see what Paul Michaels could say about this. Of course, everybody can make it the rest of the way on fuel. Oh, you're funny, Sidnor. Carla Sonat and Monica Towns did climb out of the cars. They did get to the ambulance. Well, actually, Monica Towns got to the golf cart because she was walking the pit road. So she would rather take the golf cart ride instead of the ambulance ride. And she is now currently in the infield care center. Will be checked and released. So a tough break for her. And Sean Art has gained 2 more spots. So Sean, talk about a bad day turned to something good.
Yeah. And so yeah, they took it out because they think because the carpet would be damp and stuff.
No, that was the smart move. I took back that like I tried to save myself.
And it looks like Michaels lost the lead to Champagne. Looks like fresher tires have prevailed, as we're down to 6 to go here in this race. It's been a while since we've seen Mrs. Dina.
Yeah, she just can't hear it.
Oh, 24 in the wall. Is that a yellow? Yes, it is. Caution is out. And Scarlett Nelson is out of the race. And we're going to take the caution with 5 to go as we're racing it back to the pace car. So another car that Sean has wrecked. We'll check the 24's replay in just a second. But what a shame for Scarlett Nelson, having a solid run, and now her race is over. And she just ran it wide and in the tire wall right there. Sean, Carnage, my favorite. I love Carnage, Danny. Don't you love Carnage? Well, one more spot for Sean Art. And our third caution of the event. Scarlett Nelson is out of her car, and she is fine. So another position for Sean. Sean's going to end up 21st at the rate he's going. It will be a 3-lap dash to end this race. And like I said, this race isn't even that long. So Sean's like, yay! Sean's like, I'm happy you went to Lime Rock, Danny. And I'm happy I brought Lime Rock back to the calendar, which will be on the calendar in 2024. Oh boy. Monster Energy Series are going to have a field day on this one. Alright. We have 3-lap dash. If we get a yellow, it might end the race. Green flag. Good restart for Paul Michaels as we have 3 to go. Next caution that comes out would end the race. Should also forgot to mention, yesterday the truck race was the, it's going to be still the Lime Rock Park Grand Prix for all the races. Up, Champagne ran wide. Here comes Michaels to the lead. I don't know who the second person just came into the deal. I don't know if it was Ormy or somebody else. And we're going to have 2 laps to go. Remember, if we get to, if the leaders take the white flag before the yellow comes out, the next flag will end the race. If we get the yellow before the leaders take the white flag, the race will end under the yellow flag. Lulu Champagne off the course. Throws away second place as she made a critical mistake. And where did Stephanie Driscoll come from in the 1 car? Out of Smart Motorsports. Of course, they will be fielding the Blue Ovals next season. Next year, that is. Paul Michaels just needs to make it to the white. We are still clean and green. If he takes the white, it doesn't matter what happens on the next lap. We will race it back to the checkers. There's the white flag. We will race back to the checkers regardless what happens on this last lap. That gambled strategy that Michaels just pitted before the caution came out might have just paid off for the Cheerios Betty Crocker Dodge out of Petty Enterprises. And as he comes down to the final corner, it's good news for Paul Michaels. Here he comes. He will take the finale of the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race at Lime Rock. And unlike the truck race, we finished the race under green. So the question is, what kind of confidence has Paul Michaels have going into the season opener in 3 weeks' time? Or actually more than that, because they won't show up until after. Oh yeah, it would be 3 weeks' time. Actually, I am correct. Paul Michaels was the dominant car of the day. And he'll take the win. Jarrett Underhill so close. Another good result. Jarrett may be a factor in possibly having himself a good season. We'll see how it goes. Chloe Carmichael will complete the podium. Stephanie Driscoll 4th. Lulu Champagne 5th. Good run for Diana Lawson. Didn't talk much about that 58 machine 6th. Luke Peters 7th. Darby King 8th. Belle San Diego 9th. Sierra Harris 10th. Then it was Victor Gonzalez, Emily Elizabeth, Annie Winters, Maria Nowicki, and White Garcia at the top 15. The rest of your top 20 was Ari Springer, Ivory Walker, John Wesley Allen, Makoto Tanaka, who was the last car on the lead lap, and Gretchen Wagner, who was a lap down, 20. The only one lap down. The only one 2 laps down was Sean Art, and then everybody else out of the race. The 4 cautions we've had. 3 or 4 cautions, but that's kind of rare. We have 3 or 4 cautions. and a long green flag run on top of that. So we had a lot of carnage in the truck race. This one did have carnages, but this one didn't have a whole lot of yellows than I thought we were going to have. But regardless, we still had a good race here today. So what does that mean for the Oreo Cup Series and the Monster Energy Series, who still have their race weekend to continue before next week? We'll have Foster's right here at Lime Rock. And that could make things a bit interesting if you ask me. So we'll have to wait and see what happens in that regard. So hope you guys enjoyed today's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown you your full finisher results. We will see the Buffalo Wild Wings Series driver at Ricky Raceway in 3 weeks' time, as that race will be under the lights from Ricky Raceway. Of course, tomorrow we were supposed to have the Monster Energy Series to cap off this race weekend, but it's been pushed back to Saturday because we will have the Oreo Cup Series third race of the season right here at Lime Rock, and then we cap it off with the Monster Energy Series drivers here at Lime Rock Park. Before next week, it will be Foster Series here at Lime Rock, and then we had the Auto Club Speedway for the Oreo Cup Series. Hope you will tune in for all of those races coming up. And of course, we'll see you guys next time here as we get set to say see you later to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series drivers. It will be fun. But until tomorrow for the Oreo Cup Series race, I've been Daniel signing off, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of PCSRA TV, the best in racing around the world since 2017. So long from Lime Rock Park, Connecticut. We'll see you tomorrow for the Oreo Cup Series race. Sportsnet PCSRA is next. Goodbye, everybody.